Hey guys, Beast Force here, and welcome back to my Phineas and Ferb breakdown. Remember when Phineas and Ferb formula episodes is the same thing? Phineas and Ferb build an invention. Phineas Ferb and his friends having a good time doing the inventions or anything. Candace tries to bust them. Doofenshmirtz creates an innator for Perry the Platypus to a fort. Perry the Platypus stops him, creates the innator that causes Phineas and Ferb's invention to disappear, just like every episode. Even if this is the same, there are many Phineas and Ferb formula have been changed a bit. I know there's many episodes before that happened, but there are plenty of them that has the same formula but it changed up a bit. As many times you get to see Phineas and Ferb helping Candace. Same thing with Perry the Platypus, even though he wants to stop Doofenshmirtz from destroying Danville or taking over. There are plenty episodes that shows that, which makes it season 2 and onwards make it more compelling. Phineas and Ferb will always be for kids or everyone else around the world when it comes to sci-fi, comedy, a lot of things that's happening in the show. This is why a lot of people still watch this show, is because it's appealing, which makes it more entertainment. If this is your first breakdown video, if you ever want, please go look at the ratings down below, along with my other videos that is in the playlist. Michael, Deidre and Perry Sobolas has written an episode called Cheer Up Candace. Premiered on October the 24th, 2009 on Disney XD. Candace feels depressed when Jeremy cancels their date, and Phineas and Ferb tried to cheer her up. Meanwhile, Perry is accused of committing bad deeds and must attempt to clear his name.
Okay, the camera's all ready. Replica of the Temple of Angkor Wat.
They're building a temple of Angkor Wat, which is in Cambodia.
Playing cards. Hey, where's Candace? I bet she'd love to see this.
10 ways. Thank you, Quasmo Magazine.
So listen, I'm really for a date tonight.
Very unfortunate right there.
Hello?
He just broke our date and hung up on me.
As Candace screams, you can see the cameras are shaking, affecting everyone and everything, which is very cool.
Weebs, I'm having a crisis.
Here in Tween Bleep Magazine.
Candace had her own magazine earlier, and now Isabella has her own magazine there.
For one, give her a complete makeover. Hey, where's Perry?
The dog has realised Perry has gone past him, as you get to see what he did later on. Coming up right now, we still get to see Perry's later, but I later like you to see different point of view as you get to see the front side of the back. Agent Eagle, and a dog. 2 agents wearing a fedora.
Which I can still barely believe is from an agent of yours who's won nothing but the best.
This video is so fun. Look at Perry throwing cash everywhere while driving. Pretty hilarious.
Well, actually,
Why? Why'd you do
are officially discharged.
And now Agent P is on the run. He's once been the ally of OWCA, has now been turned into enemy.
Renegade agent on the run.
The first you see is the squirrel, the dog, the pig, the fox, whatever this is. And they were from the Peaky episode and you can see the dog using the chair, which is pretty funny and hilarious.
Magazine. I'll be... Huh?
You can see his name in the bag as he's trying to do clown things to make Candace cheer up.
Funny.
The birds fly away, the dogs are barking, the seals going in the water, and the monkey being up the caveman. Or jungle boy, jungle man, whatever.
Flacco, if you gave it your best shot, been the best choice to do a makeover. Laughter is the best medicine. She got her face caught in the sink. Table reserved for you close to the stage. Having fun yet? First up, our face.
Just like when Perry became Frankenstein and other episodes, many episodes, Phineas wears a tuxedo.
Wow, that's really what you're going with?
That's Dan Provenard doing the puppet right there.
Do the water drinking bit. Hypotenuse of a right track.
You can hear that sound when it's played in stand-up comedy inventions or stuff.
What do we got? Here's a house. Let's see what else we got. Went to a seafood restaurant.
Buford's another mention of Buford's mom. She doesn't appear until Buford and Baljeet became Phineas and Ferb in disguise for Evian.
Nerd. to go with the book. Still in the building.
This isn't making me feel any better.
True, even if it's bad, you gotta respect Buford for trying.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So, how about that airline food?
Airline food?
Says, introduce her to someone new.
Danville that she's never met.
As soon as I pause again, front face Phineas.
Got an idea.
What a surprise. I think Doofenshmirtz should have tried and hid Perry the Platypus's clones far away or have a different location. Because there are times that if it goes into Evil Incorporated, everyone will know that Doofenshmirtz is doing the thing. And Perry the Platypus knew it straight away. I think they should have done it in a different location in my opinion. But overall, it didn't ruin it for me.
Fellas, look who decided to make an appearance. Fire with fire. Fire, I also mean Perry the Platypus. Some doppelgangers to discredit and totally destroy you. Proliferate-orinator!
While the door covering that smoke aura, as the door goes up with the platypus shadow comes out, as you can see a Perry a Platypus clone with a hat as his eyes goes red, creating an evil version of platypuses, all platyp people.
And say hello to Larry the Platypus and say aloha to the platypus. I couldn't bear to... Ow! You do not? No! You guys, go get it!
I know Doofenshmirtz's other innators and plans are silly and dumb. It's just for the sake of comedy or people trying to make fun of him or other things that deflected. But this is the first time I've seen Doofenshmirtz become fully evil, using the platypus's clones to discredit him, to frame him so that the old WCA thinks he's a criminal, and that is working. This is the first time Doofenshmirtz has done something evil, and this is fantastic. I love the way Perry the Platypus uses the pipe to flip around, which is very cool. This fight seems based around The Matrix Reloaded, was it when Neo fight Agent Smith of clones?
Even answer his cell phone.
Six guests are cordially invited to the Mixer Mingle.
Nightclub?
She's talking to you.
Every time you think about Baljeet doing the puppet voice, it's Dan Provermeyer.
Oh, would you look at this?
Mixed Mangover song is based around the song called Monreal in Marge vs. the Monreal. I presume Dan Provermeyer worked on Simpsons at that time, if it's true, which I know it is. And that name is also based on Nintendo Wii.
And Mingler, you can meet someone new every 2 seconds.
I can't believe I'm doing
Nice to see ya.
My Uncle Lone.
The song is called Mix and Mangover Machine, which sung by Danville Chorus. And you're going to see familiar people in the scenes right there if I recognize them. And also another song writing by Dan Provermeyer and the rest of the crew.
You got any leaves? I'd love to rake them. Here's my...
You could take them.
Bro, you're giving his underwear to Candace? She only wears a skirt in the summer. As I can shrink the canvas, you can see there are people that I don't recognize, but they're background characters. I recognize Furon, the police officer in It's About Time, the old lady was it when squirrels them up, and the blonde woman. Oh yeah, the protagonist from the factory when Perry the Platypus was used as a toy. You could see one of Vanessa's friends, and also Danny from Love Handle.
I love to dance when I have the gun.
I think this is one of the most underrated songs of Phineas and Ferb, and that's one of my favorites as well. I like the Mixed Mangover song.
Just like a feather.
Yeah, I'm following him.
That's Kevin Michael Richardson doing the roaster voice. Nice.
On my mouth.
This is a real thing. You can see a Candace layers right there.
That's what's in my pocket.
I'm Tom. I'm Keith.
I'm Sven.
As the Mixed Mangover machine spins around quickly with Doofenshmirtz and Nators being destroyed, once again as they go up to the sky.
Simple ice cream cone might have been more effective.
See?
You are officially reinstated.
Has he saw the news? Has he saw the screen? Or is just OWC and just doesn't watch other things anymore? That could be a theory.
Earn some extra money so I could surprise you.
That's what you gotta do when you have a job.
Not one of those people who freaks out just because someone cancels a date.
They go on a date, but they don't become boyfriend and girlfriend. Wait until summer belongs to you when they kiss each other in the end. The plot gets a 3, even though Phineas and Ferb made an invention called the mixed mango machine. They're trying to cheer up Candace, even though that Jeremy's working on an ice cream truck to raise more money for a date with Candace, which is lovely in the end, but she needs to realize that she needs to care about herself with Stacy and the others instead of Jeremy all the time. We've seen that in the spa episode that Candace was obsessed with Jeremy then going to the spa. But when she not going on the date, Candace feels depressed and sad, which I can relate to when it comes to that. I really like the Perry clones with Deuce. I wish we got more of this. But it's such a shame it's 11 episodes, but it does good enough to hold it up. Characterization we get from everyone's very consistent. I really like how Phineas and Ferb tries to cheer up Candace instead of leaving her alone. That's what all normally the siblings will do, but I really like how Phineas and Ferb help their older sister to cheer her up, which is very, very good. That's something that many siblings in other families will do. I really like how Doofus might become fully evil as we get to see the Perry clones, and Perry fights and defeat as he's no longer discharged. The visuals, surprisingly, I give it a 5. There were a lot of good things that's happened. The mixed mangover machine, the clowns, the things with the background of Danville, and the platypus clones as we get to see Perry fights them. I wish we got longer, but it didn't really affect it. Importance is a 2. It's not as iconic as the other episode, but it's still very good. But for important category, not as much, except when Candace and Jeremy in the end, and the platypus clones, which is icon, and the song Mixed Mangover Machine is iconic too, but not as the other episodes. But it's still very good. Entertainment will get a 5. That leaves off with a 19 out of 25. Not bad. That is very, very a good score for an episode like this. I really like how they switched the formula in this episode as we've seen the same thing, but I really like how they slightly change it a bit to make sure that we get good things about it. Let's move on to the next one. Sherm Cohen and Chong Lee comes back to written another episode of Phineas and Ferb called Fireside Girl Jamboree, premiered in October the 24th, 2009 on Disney XD. Well, Candace tries to get tickets to watch the Paisley Siburns Brothers concert. The tickets has been sold out. She decided to join the Fireside Girls to get 50 patches in one day. Meanwhile, Doofenshmirtz plans to turn the bridge between the mainland and the Fireside Girls cupcake factory into broccoli.
Here today as we await to get first crack at the hottest concert.
They are called the Paisley Siburn Brothers, which is their first appearance, and they look like the Jonas Brothers. Candace typing W many times. This was before social media in the modern era became popular with W and L. A shave and a haircut theme.
Isn't it a bit early to start building another crazy contraption?
Usually takes care of itself. That's the last of it, guys.
My ticket isn't close enough to smell them. What did you get?
Candace should have got a ticket early. Getting a ticket late in the concert will make you get anxiety because you couldn't miss out on the whole thing. We've seen that with many people going to concert into other people to watch music.
13 seconds flat. Sold out.
It's MC, the same guy from the beach episode from season 1.
Jamboree.
Airside girls only?
And Candace, you're not in the Fireside Girls. Only Isabella and her friends can enter the password.
You have exceeded your log-in attempts?
That's what I was trying to tell you, for fuck's sake.
Your little friend Isabella, she's a Fireside girl, right?
Back from her meeting at the Fireside Girl Lodge.
Hey, where's Perry?
It's always Phineas saying where's Perry, but this is very rare. It's nice to see Ferb saying it as well, to give a different variety.
Order device we've been working on.
I think Perry's the first animal to use the transport thing as she disappears. A different transition.
Brothers tickets can only be ordered by...
The Fireside Girl theme playing in the background, which we heard in my previous breakdown episode.
Set me up, sister. Flynn into membership in the Loyal Sisterhood of Fireside Girl. Jinx!
That won't be the last time you hear about Jinx.
And doom! Jinx, you owe me 3 sodas!
All right, girls, come to...
That was close. Agent P's cover would have been blown right there.
Read through the training manual, sign the insurance waivers, and you can be sworn in at our meeting next week. Too late! I'm under Eliza M. Fireside.
Watch your mouth, little lady.
This is the first appearance of Eliza, as she disappeared in Lights Candace's action in the cameo. And she is voiced by the late Cloris Leachman, who also did Doofus's mom. Rest in peace. You'll be truly missed.
Ferb and I can do to help.
Really want to be a Fireside Girl? You're not listening to me. You don't.
Come on, Candace, you have to listen to Isabella, as we get to see in the end why Isabella could have explained this, as she got into the concert with her friends as well. I think this could be another reason why she fails to bust her brothers, is because she's jumping the gun way too quickly instead of listening.
There's another way. Badly she wants it.
Bring it on! Ouch!
Yeah, it hurts. I used to do sewing in art class back in the day. I feel that, Candace.
Right.
That was just too easy. Perry just dodges it like nothing. Just as I thought, Mojo Monogram did this.
Inside the cage, the metal destructinator!
I like the way that he is so proud of saying that.
Patch acquiring opportunities in the shortest period of time. After you wrestle the crocodiles, you'll corkscrew through the overpass.
Really necessary.
As soon as I pause it again, front face Phineas once again. And then again with his eyes open, for crying out loud.
Track your progress. Now, is Gertrude Flynn your full legal name?
We finally get reveal of her middle name. The second time we heard that again was it when Phineas and Ferb did the parade.
Honesty Patch, congratulations! Think you just earned your enthusiasm patch.
48 to go.
I like how she jumps down and gets excited.
I'm great at word problems.
Good luck, Candace.
Patch, check.
The song is called Gold Candace, similar to Gold Phineas in The Fast and the Phineas.
With the goals patch? Check.
The Boldies patch, check.
Discovering something that doesn't exist?
He said it! That was from the theme song as well, along with giving a monkey a shower.
Alligator, you're going down.
Pin him already.
But I still can't lose those last 10 pounds.
We all know how that happens, Doof.
Who is it?
Like to buy some of our...
Mindy and Kate opened Doofus's door to open the cupcake.
We understand. Have a nice...
All right, you talked me into it. Rid of the bridge to the Fireside Cupcake Factory.
And that's the first time we see a Fireside Girl cupcake factory.
To broccoli! It's like the opposite of what I'm trying to get. Well, it's poetically evil.
Check.
Enough.
Well, you have to do...
Of course, I can't just keep pausing it and seeing front face Phineas.
Built you a roller coaster delivery system.
The word roller coaster just doesn't go away. And of course they build the roller coaster. And Candace doesn't try to bust them. And I forgot Linda doesn't appear in the previous episode and in this episode.
Siga sentado, por favor.
It means remain seated in Spanish.
Here are your cupcakes.
Check. Did this patch? Check.
There is the bus of the Cider Brothers. Hey, it's the Ball Pit Kid again. This isn't the last time we're going to see him, and we see him again. As the broccoli-anator fires up, you can see it's covered in that aura as it disappears, and it fades back in to see the broccoli as Perry is free from it. As he improvised and he performed very nice.
Quit it, you annoying little...
Good luck with that.
I like how Phineas said, "You're on your own, Candace. Now finish the mission."
I see the building. Floor. Out of order!
While Candace is running up the stairs, well, she's gonna be tired running up there. As you can see, a Russian animation transitions to Perry and Doof once again. That is another good detail right there.
Crush you, Perry, that...
Fireside girl, here's
And that is the second time that Candace met Doofus. The first one was in the Bad Beard episode.
You're a little old to be a fireside girl.
anyone in the history of the Fireside Girl.
49 is very impressive, but she missed the mark.
Addison Sweetwater. Oh, nice. There's in everything. Huh? Looks like I forgot one. Did demonstrate remarkable persistence patches there. Nope, afraid not.
For breaking the all-time record.
And that is true. You can break a world record and you can get a patch. And you could do other things to solidify yourself as the world record if you do things that you're good at.
There's concert.
Let's go! And Ferb, how did you guys get it? It's what I kept trying to tell you, Candace. But you were so insistent on becoming a Fireside Girl.
Oh, Candace, why did you make it hard for yourself? But it doesn't matter now. She's in the concert. But if you listen to Isabella and other people, you would have at least sorted that problem short. But no, I'm going to make this harder for myself again.
Good listener patch next.
She got roasted by Isabella.
Really putting us off schedule.
Yes. On the
This
alley.
episode doesn't get as much praise as it does. I'm going to give the plot a 3. Again, I really like the idea of Phineas and Ferb helping Candace along with Isabella and the Fireside Girls to earn 50 patches in one day. They did a lot of things around here to get the patches and to help her guide her to get the tickets for the concert. But she jumped the gun, creating more longer problems, as she would have listened to Isabella early if she could have invited her to the concert instead of working hard. But it is Candace. I really like how Doofusbert is not evil in this episode, as he's trying to use broccoli, trying to destroy the cupcake factory, as he could have just avoided it and not give it. But overall, it's a silly plot, but it's alright. The characterization will get a 4, just like the previous episode. Candace, she should have just listened to Isabella, but it doesn't become out of character because she's always done this in a couple of episodes before or afterwards. She always jumps the gun way too quickly, which makes it harder for herself. I also like the idea that Phineas and Ferb are helping their sister to get to the cons, as well as Eliza. She is very, very good. We don't get to see as much. She doesn't appear until the Night of the Living Pharmacist, which is in season 4. The visuals will get full. There are a lot of things that is happening with Candace, with the crocodiles, the roller coaster they riding in, and the broccoli with between Perry and Doof, and while Perry's using the transporter thing. A lot of things happening, which is very well done. Importance gets a 2. And for 2 reasons. Focus on the Fireside Girl, as Candace gets her 50 patches in one day. Also like how Candace brings it up in the maze with Melissa, as she recognized that she's been earning 50 patches in one day, while the entertainment continues to rock with a 5. That leaves off with an 18 out of 25. Still one less score than the previous episode, Candace Cheer Up. Another episode where it changed the formula kind of bit, but it's still kind of very good, which continues to play the segue of other episodes. Let's move on to the next one. Kim Robertson and Kaz written another episode of Phineas and Ferb called The Bully Code. Premiered on October the 21st, 2009 on Disney XD, which is Halloween, by the way. This episode is going to get a short breakdown. When Baljeet saves Buford's life, he vows to become his slave. Meanwhile, Candace and Stacey accidentally send bad pictures of Candace to Jeremy's cell phone, so they get a job at Mr. Slushy Dog in order to get his phone and delete the pictures before he sees them. Meanwhile, Dr. Doofus must hurt his foot from a tire, as he's planning to get revenge by using the retire-anator.
use.
If a nerd should save a bully's life, the bully is the nerd's slave for life.
Once again, another episode focused on Buford and Baljeet, but this time Buford was saved by Baljeet after getting suffocated. Now he becomes a bully slave, and well, it didn't go as quietly as planned.
It is driving me crazy. You have got to help me.
Phineas and Ferb build a contraption while Baljeet needs to go in there while Buford needs to save him to make it even. Buford pushed Baljeet to save him from the big slushy dog, which makes it even.
Stacy, no, stop!
Picture sent.
I'm ruined.
Candace and Stacy go to the slushy dog to become employees to make sure that Jeremy doesn't get into his phone.
The message light is still blinking. That means he hasn't retrieved his pictures yet.
Give me some pictures. I can't wait to check them out later when I take my break.
Yeah.
And then she snatches it to delete the photos which saved it. While she trying to bust her brothers once again, as she hasn't done it for a while, which ends up leading to nothing again.
I'll never understand public art.
As she did see it, but Phineas and Ferb wasn't there on time, which makes it even difficult to understand. Plot C focus on Perry the Plotter finding out what's going on with Doof, as we cut into the transition straight away.
Man will park his truck in front of my building. Yesterday when he ran over my foot.
This is also the fault of Rodney and Dr. Diminutive before Nerdy Dancing, which incorporates Love Muffin. As you can see, the plan didn't quite go well yet again. Overall, the plot is very fine, but not quite as the two previous episodes, but it's still enjoyable to watch three plots at the same time intertwine with it, with Doofus versus Anita goes off with Buford saving Baljeet, while Candace tried to bust her brothers while focused on deleting the photos, which comes a good touch of the full cycle of the previous segue of Phineas and Ferb. The characterization, everyone is very consistent as usual, with Baljeet and Buford doesn't act like out of character, he's just doing his bully code thing, while Candace is just as the same as she gets freaked out about the photo. Jeremy as well, Linda, everyone else, very consistent, well done. It may not be as stunning as the visual episode, but it still gets a good score because there are a lot of good things that's happening in this episode, which contains a lot of good things in this. Importance is still the same thing. It's not quite as memorable as the previous episode, but it's still memorable for the fandom and the song as well, along with Jeremy and Candace moments. When it comes to the entertainment side, you can't knock it down. While it gets less points than the previous episode, it's still entertaining and fun in the other side. If you want to go back and watch Bully Code, then I can't really blame you, but overall, it's not as memorable as the previous episode, but it's still very good nonetheless.
Well, heavens no. Slushy dogs never get any...
Aliki Theophilopoulos and Ontin Gulbad goes to write an episode called Finding Mary McGuffin, premiered on October the 31st, 2009. When Lawrence accidentally sells Candace's doll to Doofus, Phineas and Ferb become detectives to try and find it. As you can see in the background, you see Sally and Pedro finding something in the box. As Sally does get the Mary McGuffin doll in the end as we see it. Lidada is so iconic. I wish we had more of her music.
Oh, give me that.
She's like, give me that box back. But why do you lay the box here?
Old black and white detective movies. Oh, boys, the projector's inside. Oh, I see you like that little doll.
I'll give you $1.
And Doofus takes Candace's Mary McGuffin doll in the Flynn Fletcher's house. Also, that's where Perry lives.
Mysterious and cold was my middle name. Well, not really. My middle name is...
This detective stuff's great.
As the old projectile videos, but you can see Candace's shadow as she is there.
I think I put my Mary McGuffin doll in there by mistake.
Can I have it?
I wish we had the inspiration of that. I like to know if Candace told him or not, or Lawrence had permission to do this. We haven't been in Doofus versus ex-wife House in the Hills somewhere in since I Scream, You Scream.
Dad, what are you doing here?
You and I just couldn't wait to...
My new car!
which it came back in Vanessa roughness, but she doesn't get a car.
Remember how you said if I got you a little Mary MacGuffin doll?
7.
And to find the discontinued doll.
Really?
Well, I may be an evil scientist, but it doesn't take a degree purchased from the internet with your ex-wife's money to know how special and important you are to me.
Doofus may have his flaws, or he may be evil or not, but he is a very good dad. He's trying to raise her the best she could, unlike his parents who treated him as garbage.
Nater today at the garage.
Well, at least you're not evil.
In Danville, she swept into the...
They recreated the scene from earlier when Phineas and Ferb watched it with the old projectile. For the old movies, I guess.
That or she was chafing from the heat.
And they're wearing detective suits to make it look like a detective show or movie. Nice.
Why are you talking like that?
Too observant. An old detective movie.
What about you guys? I know what you're gonna do today.
Hey, where's Perry?
Carl, now get back in that corner until I tell you can get up.
Like father, like son, treating him in a naughty corner step until he learns discipline.
On-off device.
As the metal forms a ball around, as Agent P's shadows got darker as it's covered inside to go inside the hole. I really like that. Very simple and nice detail right there.
For some reason.
Stop with the narration and start finding my dog.
Fletcher, a tall, gaunt-looking average...
Phineas, this is your dad, for crying out loud.
Is that my old black and white saxophone?
Use a little ambiance.
Kind of a German accent, wearing a lab coat.
Oh yeah, Phineas and Ferb doesn't know about Doofusverse yet, until the second dimension, of course. But in our perspective, we all know what Doofusverse is. He wears he's a pharmacist, he wears a lab coat, and he has a German accent.
Don't get me started.
The song is called Not So Bad a Dad, sung by none other than Olivia Olson, aka Vanessa Doofusverse. She's now the writer of season 5. Also, this song doesn't get nominated for the music clips with Kelly Osbourne is odd. Also, this song is very popular, and it's very good. As the transition fades out from Vanessa, you get to see Vanessa's flashback with her dad. As you can see, the first one being blown up with a smoke by Doof, who was there. While Vanessa's singing, you can see it fades in with the flashback of Vanessa wearing her swimming suit for the swimming contest. As you see, Doofus once again embarrassing her in front of... At times, now I know why Vanessa gets frustrated because of him, but Doofus really trying to support his daughter because of what happened to him when he was a kid. You can see familiar characters from the background. Sally, who's actually gets the Mary MacGuffin doll in the end. Baxter behind him. Also the Bolt Pit Kid again. I can't wait to hear more of Olivia Olson's performance in season 5. I hope she gets to sing more.
Box ready? Yeah, Mom. It's next to my bookshelf. Something fell out.
Once again, she should have just asked her if she can put it in or not.
Damn.
We figured that...
We've been to the mall in season 1 of Phineas and Ferb, but we haven't been there for a while.
Emporium. We interviewed several suspects.
Don't forget he appeared in Vanessa's song Flashback, and he also appears here, Baxter.
You can see, I don't have an accent.
And he has a different voice actor, as in Flopstars he is voiced by Jeff Bennett.
Yes, and the Ferb Tones business. By the way, aren't you a little young to be pop stars?
Been to a garage sale. Can't answer all these questions.
That's Dan Provermine voicing the background characters.
What do you know about a man in a lab coat with a German accent?
All right, I'll talk on his ex-wife's tab.
Charlene Doofusverse. Who else?
I do see. Well, thanks a lot for your help.
Personal collection of on-off switches.
Perry actually throws a duck at Doofusverse, which is odd.
Taking your own keys now? Simpler when I worked as a lawn gnome.
Just put in the box for charitable charities?
Sam, I want to recant a portion of my mother's charitable...
Aren't you a little young to be detectives?
Little Mary MacGuffin doll.
This is another episode where they change the formula. Phineas and Ferb don't build anything, but they become detectives. I mean, it's a nice change of pace.
Give it to charity.
And?
Just left. They have a few locations around town.
I think we're gonna need to update our approach. The charitable charities in Danville.
I like the way Phineas and Ferb wear it. Ferb looks so cool in that outfit. Also, the old man is the same man from the judges from the volcano, is it? The science fair. I really like how Phineas and Ferb wear different outfits in this scene.
Aren't you a little young to know about all these old detectives?
Also, the old man wearing the suit is also from the science fair episode, the baking soda volcano one.
Yes, we...
Man, look at the backgrounds. It's very colours, very good detail. I like it. It looks very, very sick. Really like how the background artists put that detail in one session. They are going full CSI Miami.
Makes sense. Oh, and here's one. The exact same size and invented upside-down switch.
Difference was just flip it around for crying out loud.
I did it! On. I'm hearing a door in the cage. They're connected.
Difference can be so stupid at times. You have to make sure that it disconnected from that or create a nade or to make sure it doesn't connect to the thing.
Hey, I was talking!
Perry's using a swordfish? Don't forget he's using it again in season 5.
Old time. Hey, let's see if it from the 70s. Yow! Machine does is open and close a lobster cage hunt, so Betty the platypus.
This is my doll. No, it ended up here by mistake.
And this is the second time we see Candace and Vanessa together, as the first we get to see they swap their clothes.
Oh, you, please let go.
This is exactly why they took that doll off the market.
Is Ferb gonna do anything because his sister is fighting Vanessa? Or he could be distracted because of Vanessa.
Look! She's perfect.
And of course, Sally gets it.
For dolls anyway.
Yeah, give me that, kid.
Vanessa snatches Sally away from the Mary McGuffin doll, which is evil. She just has her father inside her, and this isn't the last time, as we do get to see it in Summer Belongs to You.
Crying? Wow, that is evil of you. It felt good, didn't it?
Was it a similar episode to Road to Rupert, as Stewie and Brian tried to find a lost Rupert? And also, do you know who directed this? Dan Provermire, who also did Phineas and Ferb, the co-creator of Phineas and Ferb, and the voice of Doofusnuts, which is very, very cool. I'm going to give the plot a 3. I really like how the idea of Doofusnuts not being evil, even though he was using it as an off switch and on switch. I really like he does sweet for Vanessa again, as she gets to keep the Mary McGuffin doll until her mom Charlene decided to sell it for charity, which put in the bot. I really also like the idea of Phineas and Ferb becoming detectives to find the Mary McGuffin doll for Candace, and they did accept the fact that Vanessa took it, and Candace realizes she's just too old for that now. Characterization? Shockingly, I'll give it a 5. I really like the idea of Doofus once again being sweet to Vanessa, even though he embarrassing her at times. I really like the idea that Vanessa appreciates her dad after trying to find a Mary McGuffin doll for years. I really like Phineas and Ferb being detectives, which is very cool. Not our character, but really like the idea that they go around every Danville to help their sister Candace once again to find the doll, which they did, but they didn't get it because Candace realized that she's too old for doll. And I really like everyone. Charlene, we get to see Lawrence, Linda, and the rest did very well. The visuals will get a 4. There was a lot of good things with the background. Was it when Phineas and Ferb were on the boat? Was it the Mary McGuffin doll? Doofus fighting Perry? There's a lot of good things happening there, but again, not quite as spectacular as the previous episodes, but it's still good enough. Importance, it's a 3. One of them being the song Not So Bad the Dad is very popular, and the episode itself. Entertainment will get a 5. That leaves off with a 20 out of 25. That is a surprise because I'm confident with all my choices, but I'm going to stand by it because It is a very good episode. It is a nice change of pace of the formula of every episode, and it's very nice. Move on to the next one. Michael, Dietrich, and Kaz goes on to write another episode of Phineas and Ferb called Picture This, premiered in November the 7th, 2009 on Disney XD. When Ferb accidentally leaves his skateboard with Grandpa and Grandma Fletcher in London, he and Phineas invent a transporter to retrieve any object. Meanwhile, Dr. Doofenshmirtz tries to rid the world of mimes by trapping them in an invisible box.
Oh, hey, Dad.
A garage upside down. Now, why on earth would you do that? Dear, are you aware the boy...
Long as they clean up after.
Ferb's skateboard is back in England, as we know, but Linda tells them to clean up after they found it.
Board have a Union Jack on the bottom. I've solved your mystery.
Just like the last episode, Phineas and Ferb found the Mary MacGuffin though and solved the mystery. As Phineas and Ferb turned the garage back to its size, you can see the kitchen stays the same layer as the washing machine, and the rest of the items fall back into its place along with the car, which is a very, very hard detail to do. And I like how the camera shakes, given a real life event, which is very, very well done.
Hey, it's Grandpa. He left your skateboard in England the last time we were there.
I presume it's around elementary, my dear Stacy, at that time that Ferb left his skateboard there.
Any object from anywhere on the globe to our backyard.
Skateboard.
Yeah, I don't think so.
If it's all the same with you, Father, we're going to build the machine.
Build a new skateboard could be a good idea, but overall, Ferb wants his old skateboard back.
I'm on my way to join Vivian Garcia Shapiro.
Isabella's mom, and we haven't seen Isabella since the Fireside Girl Jamboree, and that was in only 2 episodes. But again, you don't need her to have her in every episode, as well as Buford and Baljeet.
Cultural fair today. Would you like to come along?
No.
Well, she does join after she tries to bust her brothers.
Trial run.
You can't shoot this apple off my head.
As Buford's apple disappears, you can see the hair goes along with her well, which is very good detail.
Hey, it worked.
I really like this one as well. You can see Buford appears as it lines up, as he becomes like a fly and Buford himself with a combination.
Thousands of you guys.
Oops. Sorry. Okay, Ferb. Let's get that skateboard before Grandpa breaks his neck.
I like how the creators and the animators draw a round version of Earth instead of a picture one. London, haven't been there since my dear elementary Stacy. While Grandpa Fletcher loses his skateboard, not just that, loses his leg as it disappears, which is another good detail as it builds up.
My blooming feet have gone missing.
Again. I smell loopy.
Back! Egad, they're facing behind me! Hang on this. Now I can finally see where I've been.
Hey, where's Perry?
The situation. We recently discovered that all of them are days to discover because, well, everyone just...
I'm not even a mime. I'm a robot guy.
And they're all trapped by Doofenshmirtz because of he gets annoyed by them. But Perry goes to find out later in the scene.
Sending you a photo of this new innator.
Sending a picture of a new innator does come in good and handy in the ending part of the episode.
Destroy it. Good luck, Agent P.
Hey guys, what you doing?
It's been 7 episodes since Isabella said that, and the last time she said it was Isabel and the Temple Sap.
Ferb, let her rip.
And we all know what happened to the bird in the roller coaster episode. If I try it, that would be the scariest shit I've ever seen.
Ay, caramba!
She just said, "Ay, caramba." That was from The Simpsons.
Got to tell Mom.
Ever since Bubble Boy, she only busted him once, and that was when Phineas and Ferb were doing a thing for Baljeet to say Buford, but that wasn't much. But this is the first time Candace gets to bust her brothers fully since Bubble Boys. The Mexican Jewish Culture Festival. The song is called Mexican Jewish Culture Festival. As you can see, there's Yiddish and Spanish word I put up there, so I'll make sure that it doesn't become as long as it is in the video. The guy with a green jacket actually appears in later on in Phineas and Ferb in later episodes when he becomes the main part. Really like how we've seen things in the background, which is very nice. We see a pinata, which is very cool. I like pianos. There you can see Isabella's mom, Vivian, dancing with Linda Flynn Fletcher for the Mexican Jewish Culture Festival, and they're having a very good time. There is Isabella's dad. We never get to see Mr. Garcia Shapiro. This song in this sequence is very well animated and very well done.
I'm so glad you could make it.
They built a thing that...
Candace, just try use your phone for once. At least it wouldn't work all the time, but at least you try.
I want to show you has inexplicably disappeared, and once again you'll think I've lost my marble.
Machine can find my long-lost teddy bear? I got his picture right here. Well, you're grounded, mister. Oh, I love you.
To be honest, I would like a machine like this that if you find like missing eyes or missing things in your room or when it gets lost, like a cat, you could bring it back in. I really would love this in real life.
Something, it disappears and she thinks I'm crazy.
Have a matzo burrito.
Thanks.
I would eat a burrito if you don't want it, Candace.
Who's tapping? Is that pesky raven again?
This scene is very similar to the fake window trick.
Big surprise! Perry the Platypus. And by surprise, I mean... You're trapped in an invisible box.
That's the second time Perry the Platypus had been trapped by an invisible thing. In the first one, he's been trapped by an invisible cage in Don't Even Blink.
Cage, but this is different. It's a box.
I'm glad he's mentioned it again. Once again, Phineas and Ferb, consistent continuity.
Annoying mimes.
I spotted in the background, that must be Doofusmonster's girlfriend from season 1. Ex-girlfriend, what should I say it?
Actually looking at me and laughing, and I couldn't figure out what was my incessant hand-wringing, my mantis-like... Then I decided the Miminator!
That song again when Doofusmonster reveals the Inator, iconic.
Tri-state area in their very own...
I'm feeling the ozone.
I'm drying my pitch.
If I tried that, I would be fucking shit scaredless, but luckily Phineas and his friends are brave enough to do this.
Wait a minute. Order. All I have to do is put my mom's photo in the machine.
She finally remembers. Candace is very relatable. She kind of forget, but she's starting to remember now. Very relatable.
Invention can't disappear before Mom sees it because she'll be in it! Busted once and for all!
My mom gave me that.
Aw, it's nice to see you giving up your obsession.
An invisible box. Oh, that's right. I can't stop saying it. Oh, for crying out loud.
When the button doesn't work, you have to carry the Inator yourself.
Thanks for the headache.
I got my teddy bear.
I got my missing Mindy doll.
Baljit, I was just on vacation.
Uncle Malik is based around Baljit's voice actor, Malik Panchori, which is named after him.
Put a photo of him in the machine and transport him back here.
Ugh, so close.
You're all so busted!
Perry's secret identity was nearly exposed. Imagine they never faced away. Otherwise, Perry would have been relocated and Phineas and Ferb would have lost Perry the Platypus. Luckily, Candace distracted them to make sure of that.
Oh, there you are, Perry.
Whoopsies! Ah, come... Oy, caramba.
Candace and this guy said, "I caramba."
You got it.
And Phineas and Ferb are so lucky as well. And people talk about Perry the Platypus nearly blowing his secret identity because of that machine. Also, Linda Finvetter's lucky. I mean, Phineas and Ferb are lucky that Linda, their mom, is blindfolded. Otherwise, they would have been busted once and for all.
And now I'm totally free, Jack. Woohoo!
Can somebody at least tell me?
Why is this happening?
Man, I like this plan too. Perry the Platypus put the Miminator, which fills an invisible box, and he types it to bring the picture into the backyard, which is very smart move. Thanks to Major Monogram and for him to do it. As the Anita self-destruct, you can see explosion as it disappears straight away. Once again, it happens in many episodes.
It's hard to judge distances blindfolded.
Here comes one of the most underrated songs and one of my favorites as well. The song is called There Is No Candy, sung by Baljeet with Candice, Perry, Phineas and Ferb doing the beatboxing, which is very, very cool. I wish they had an extended version, but this is a very, very good. Sometimes it's not needed, but it's hilarious.
Nerd ain't no pinata.
If this is a great way to end the episode, picture this plot will get a 3. The idea for Phineas and Ferb to create the transporter machine is genius. To use a picture to find items or missing things that they have lost is genius. It helped Isabella and Buford found their doll, and also they have fun along the way, which is very nice. Candace nearly trying to bust her brothers by sending Linda home from the transporter Anita, as well as Perry the Platypus covers being blown. I really like the mine plot line, as Doofenshmirtz trying to get rid of the mine because he's mocking him. It's not really that evil, but it is very, very, very useful, and Perry and Platypus have to do whatever to stop him. Characterization will get a 4. It's very consistent, very good, but not quite spectacular as the previous episode, as we get to see Vanessa appreciating her dad. Everyone else is very consistent, but not quite as the other episodes. Phineas and Ferb, Isabella's the same. I really like it. It has Candice and Linda. We get to see Vivian, more of Buford and Baljeet. All of them very well done, including Doof and Perry the Platypus. The visuals will get a 4. There are stunning things in this episode. I really like the transport, how Phineas and Ferb skate, and Buford's bear teleport is very nice. Also, Doofus vs. Natos, the Mexican Jewish culture song, and the rapping in the end. All well done. Important, it gets a 2. It's because of the song at the end and the Mexican Jewish culture thing, as well as we get to see more episodes of Phineas and Ferb's inventions, but that is it. Not as important as the other, but it's still very, very good for reference and other things. Entertainment will get a 5. That leaves off with an 18 out of 25. Lower than the previous score, but I like this episode more because it has more inventions, more creativity, more ideas. I really like that. Even though it's the same as the other episode, it just never gets boring. Moving on to the next one. Perry Sombolas and J.G. Ortega wrote another episode of Phineas and Ferb called Nerdy Dancing, premiered on November the 7th, 2009 on Disney XD. Candice signs up Jeremy to be her dancing partner on a hit dance show called Let's All Dance Until We're Sick. Jeremy seeks out help from Phineas and Ferb because he is worried about his lack of dancing skills. Meanwhile, Doofenshmirtz and his League of Evil Scientists, Love Muffin, seek to get their message out at this dance studio.
Hey, Jeremy. Care to have a seat?
It's impossibly important.
Candice is very personal about the dancing. It's Dan Pothermeyer's lookalike again. There's a lot of people in the battle, but the familiar one was the 2 rappers from Squirrels and My Pats. While the keyboard's spinning around with the person in the background with a silhouette to make sure that they're doing a commercial for Let's All Dance Until We're Sick to promote it.
Nikki Star's here. Get ready.
As you can see, more people closer in the background. Also, this is the guy from, was it the glasses one with the blue shirt? That's Buford's bully back in the day. And also Nikki Star's voiced by the same voice actress who did Amanda Aquilum from Phineas and Ferb.
It's my surprise. They're taping here in Danville and
I'm gonna go get some fresh air.
What endeavor shall we engage the haps, big guy?
It's very similar to What You're Doing, but he says, what's the haps? It still counts.
Dance show, and, I can fake it in the school auditorium.
It's that music from Spa Day. Man, look at Ferb. He's got some dancing moves. He may not speak, but he is very skilled.
Hey, I can learn that by tonight.
Tonight, it takes place in a day, as you can see later on. But, Jeremy, have you watched YouTube about dancing and that? Maybe because this came out before it became popular.
Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today. Hey, I wonder where Perry is.
Potatoes, bacon, and whole boatloads of chopped green onions. Get cooking, Agent P.
Even Major Barnagan knows Perry the Platypus will cook in this episode, like every episode.
So here, Tron 9000. Nobody will see this electronic exoskeleton helping you with dance moves.
He's using an exoskeleton. As you can see in real life, it's used for different things as well, which is very, very, very interesting.
Sweet.
Didn't even get to finish the theme song. Doofusmertz catches Perry instantly.
The boss. All shackled up and no place to go. And take-home container.
Next time, you can do all the cooking, and I'll stand around coming up with evil plans that ultimately fail.
Wow. Cutting deep, man.
Man, I was thinking the same thing, Doof.
Movie once and other things to do, but
Yeah, this is actually a reference to James Bond's Goldfinger, which is the same scene. It's because Goldfinger lets James Bond free. And Doofus never watch it? Maybe you should watch the other James Bond movies.
places at the same time, but of course, while you're going to be like this all day.
Yes, I am.
Man, Doofus could have had a better handle, or Perry will be stuck there, but he did get lucky, to be fair. It looks like everyone's here to do dancing in Let's All Dance Until We're Sick.
We're going to win! Our dance floor awaits.
We are close to seeing Nikki Starr's face, and we don't get to see it. This reminds me of Powerpuff Girls, like Sarah Bellon, and also Max Mom from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, as we don't get to see their faces a lot.
They get axed by the judges. If your light goes out, your time is up. Now let the dancing begin.
Let's All Dance Until We're Sick is similar to So You Think You Can Dance, which is actually a show in real life.
Ready?
Press. Patience, Dr. Blood Pudding.
And he's also the same voice actor who did Norm.
Far too often, Doofenshmirtz.
And this is the first official appearance of Rodney, and he's voiced by J.G. Ortega, who also wrote in this episode as well. And his voice is similar to Mars the Mansion from, which I like.
I don't remember inviting.
And that's his full name. I'll put it in the screen in case you don't understand. And this is the first fully introduction of Love Muffin. And they do play a huge part in season 4, which we get to that soon.
Get our evil message out to the people. I'm going to do that with no TV cameras or no press of any kind.
Every time I hear Rodney's voice, it's the Martian from Looney Tunes.
How are we going to do that with no TV cameras or no press of any kind? Really, the buffet alone will bring them.
Man, look at the food. Shame they didn't get to eat them from the buffet, but this looks yummy.
Surplus of that. Did you expect everyone to lug home to? Whose side are you on anyway?
Don't think so, Hein.
Dr. Diminutive, his first appearance as well. And he's voiced by none other than D. Bradley Baker, the voice of Perry the... Nice to see him getting more roles in Phineas and Ferb.
Dr. Diminutive?
A quick update, in full chain animation, which is linked right now, they are actually doing sketches for Phineas and Ferb. Dr. Diminutive will return in season 5 in the Love Muffin. Was it when they kidnapped by hippos?
Evil, wait, hippos? Wait, aren't sharks more traditional in a death trap?
Yeah, action is covering this in Danville, and I've
It's this guy. We've seen him in episodes so many times, including Shea Purple, and he also has a different voice actor. Again.
To us, we'll go to the press.
You just arrived too late, Perry, but he does kick ass in this episode.
Evil scientist speaking! Because it's a dance contest, Hein?
No shit.
Whoever gets on camera first can deliver our message of evil! They're terrible. Oh, the humanity!
They are disgusted the way the pharmacist dancing, and also this becomes the best part of this episode later on in the scene. To be honest, the dances are not bad, but it's just hilarious and kind of funny.
Can it, Rodney? I think we both know that I'm a better evil to it. All right. Hey, have a canoe, but you got no oars.
But he talks to my hand that way. Must stop Doofenshmirtz. They broadcast their message of evil.
I really like how everyone's dancing. As you can see, one spinning around, one doing the, and one just holding hands together. As Jeremy and Candace doing their thing. Really like it. Very detailed.
People, let's kick it up a notch.
No, Candace, that's in the second dimension with Slash. Ferb's suit is reminiscent of Tron 1982's version of the program.
You may begin quaking in fear at your earliest... Wait, really? Were you even watching that move?
That's a move that I can't do. How did Doofus do it? It's very good. He's trying to do the ballet, but it won't work.
The League of Villainous Listings. That was a perfectly good job.
Every time they're trying to get the messes out, the judges cut them off. This has been a very good episode so far. I know Jeremy's doing the dancing, but Ferb is killing it with the exoskeleton thing, which is very nice. And you get to see more with the fly.
A fan favorite.
Even I could do that, but I'm really liking this so far. This is going so well. My goodness me, Perry the Platypus is going ham on these pharmacists, and they don't even notice that he is here. Oh, that's gotta hurt, bro.
Hello again,
Perry the Platypus, man, he is goated. He just keeps on going. Man, how is Dr. Diminutive doing this? I don't know. D. Bradley Baker takes him down himself, who voiced Perry and Dr. Diminutive. Every time Love Muffin tries to dance, it's just not working. The judge is making sure that they have to dance until they're sick.
My spotlight. If anyone's pushing this dancer, I'm gonna have to talk to your hand again. Let's dance. This is awkward.
I like how the singer says, "Go, Perry!" That is awesome. Funny gag right there. Many of these things could end up being a CPR or dead, but all of them survive, surprisingly.
I think she's saying?
Those great dance moves I've been doing today. Disturbing.
I like how Jeremy doesn't try to hide it. He's just trying to admit it well, which is sort of what he is when we see him every time.
Here you go.
Well, it looks like my work here is done.
And he does that move from earlier. Nice. Man, even Dan Povermeyer is very impressed about it.
I want to let you down.
Oh, Jeremy, you weren't gonna let me down. Have a good time. And, dance till we're sick.
There are many episodes that Candace feels embarrassed and Jerry feels cool about it, but this is the other way around. And Candace is okay with it, even though Ferb stole the spotlight. This is a good episode overall.
Let's all dance till we're in intensive care.
They're both being treated in the hospital. I like how Rodney's smiling. He's like, at least Doofusvert's hurt with him. Oh, this episode is just a straight banger and still remembered. As well as I'm going to give the plot a 3. The plot is very good. I really like the idea that Doofusverts and Love Muffin trying to promote their brand so that they can spread evil around the tri-state area. They do that by going to the dancing. Let's all dance until we're sick. What makes it a good point of view of the plot, it makes it very interesting. As I like Jeremy and Candace spending more time with each, which is another fantastic. And Ferb steals the show with his dancing. Characterization, we get 5. Everyone was very good as their personality is, including Rodney, who we get to see for the first time on screen as he does become a main villain in the plot in Phineas and Ferb Save Summer, as well as Dr. Diminutive and the other pharmacists, as we get to look more in the future. The visuals will get a 5. It's not just the dancing or Ferb stealing the show or other things, it's just everything that comes in together, what makes the interesting plot very, very well done. Importance, surprisingly, I'm gonna give it a 4. It's the one of them being the first introduction of Love Muffin. We get more of Candace and Jeremy, and this episode is very, very popular to the fandom with the song and Ferb's dancing, which has everything. Entertainment is a 5. That leaves off with a 22 out of 25. It's not because I'm overhyping this, that, or whatever, or favoritism that, but it is one of my favorite 11-minute episodes of season 2. The entertainment, the dancing, everyone playing their part, which is the reason why it's so memorable to me. Let's move on to the next one. John Colton Perry and Pearl Pielso written an episode called What Do It Do? November the 14th, 2009. When Doofusmert's latest invention lands in the front yard of the Finn Fletcher's household, Phineas, Ferb, Candace and Linda try to find out what it does, since Lawrence doesn't believe Linda about the invention. Candace decides to use him to show Phineas and Ferb's reverse-engineered creation.
Look at that! Even if I do say so myself, just wait till you see the hidden.
Lawrence put a bird through the house and he presses the button. You can see a lot of things come out, which is very, very awesome. I really like that. It has a lot of things going through it.
Even a sausage? No matter. They're tiny minds, that's not fair.
Cavalry Channel. We now return to Earth.
Tom Kenny's doing background voices in this episode, but this is one of them that I noticed, and that is his voice.
He's a UFO crash.
Yep, it's Tom Kenny. He's using his voice.
Just had no idea what the advanced technology was or engineering.
Which Phineas and Ferb will do in this episode, and every time they watch something or listen, they have a plan to do it.
And figure out what it does, Van Zanzibar will do it too.
And it's also based around the name of an island coast called Tunisia. And also Josh Pimar, the voice actor for Major Monogram, provided the lead of singer for the voice. And that was the name of the episode in Rocko's Model Life, which Dan Prover and Swampy Marshall worked on.
Hey, where's Perry?
Where's H&P?
Twice in a couple of seconds, you're gonna overwhelm me with the counter right there.
Well, good for him, not you.
I really like when you see the Finn Fletcher house in a different angle, and also the other houses. Really nice detail with put into effort by the background artist.
Oh, singer!
Trapped in the net again, what a surprise.
What's something with a lot of hidden traps? Dating life has been a seemingly endless series of disappointments.
Well, he remembers, and one of them being unlucky because of Doofusmert's ex-girlfriend with evil love got hit by a needle.
Movie.
Here comes one of the most top theories of Phineas and Ferb by fandom.
Ow! Ew! It's grody back here.
This is many Phineas and Ferb fandom claims that Phineas and Candace's dad must be Doofusmert's, but Dan Provermeyer shuts it down.
It's not Phineas's dad. And I got a lot of anger about this. I had people arguing with me as though I wouldn't know. The thing is, we made that impossible in the series. A lot of people point to this flashback from What Do It Do, where Doof and Linda go on a blind date. But at the end of that date, Doofenshmirtz says very clearly, "And then I never saw her again." Now, Phineas and Ferb are stepbrothers, but Phineas and Candace are full brother and sister, and they're about 5 years apart. So it is technically impossible for Doof to be Phineas's dad. The thing that I find funny is that no one ever asks, who's Ferb's mom? I'm just kidding, it's not her.
Also, the fact is, who is Ferb's mom? I was thinking, but it overall confirms that Phineas and Candace's dad is not Doofus. Stop with the fury, stop with the... Let it go. It's just getting too old now.
Live in the past, huh? Is that like a thing with you? But likey what I hear.
Turn it up! I love this song!
Hear it.
Makes me want to be a pop star.
And she does for Lindana, I I wish we get to know more about Linda's past.
To rule the world!
Well, in minor monogram,
For the world? That's crazy! That's almost left boot trap crazy!
Whole world. Start small with the tri-state area.
and that gave Doofusmas an idea, which comes in the present day.
I built this awesome device that transmits the movie sound. Robot, bing bong, bing boing. We hold hands now?
Take me home.
I never saw her again.
Yeah, and we all know Linda Flynn Fletcher went on to have her life while Doofusmas.
Upstar later. I'm still struggling with the whole tri-state area thing, but...
Even though I don't know what Doofusmas called it, but I'm still going to count that as a near, as well as the flashback one.
Mom!
The boys built that?
See?
What is it?
Well,
Do you mind telling me what this is and why you built it in our front yard?
Phineas and Ferb are about to get busted, but they don't. And they didn't build it, so I hope they believe that.
Ha! Quick, blast him! Wait, you did it?
Don't touch it!
Oh, it's nice to see Isabella's house from there. Again.
Hey, Ferb, reverse engineering, huh? I know what we're gonna do today. Portable electronic scanner, gumption, and another portable electronic scanner. Cool, let's get reverse engineering.
I like when it comes in full cycle in this episode. They watch something, they listen, and they made it into an invention.
Belong to the Earl of Worcestershire.
Do you know about the thing in the front yard? That?
Look,
I think Linda Flynn Fletcher misinterprets that. That's not what he meant. He meant something else for the birds. But Lawrence did not build that, which it makes it go crazy in this episode.
don't press the red button on it, will you? I want to be there when you see it.
Lawrence just explained it's the other thing, not the robot thing. But of course it's gonna misinterpret that.
Of course, away from Mount Kilimanjaro.
They are in Tanzania, which is the highest mountain in Africa.
3 volcanic cones. Kibo, Shira, and the one that we're about to crash into, Moenzi. Oh, that wasn't the release. Who knows what that did? You know, of course, a golf course has a lot of traps in it.
Nope, that's in She's the Mayor, which Doofusmas will be involved in the golf course.
Hold on. Is it buzzing?
Yes, it is.
Friends, bullies, Irving.
Looks like they're gonna do a reverse engineering while they're building their own. And you can see Phineas Ferb and his friends wearing lab coat. And Ivian's here too.
It landed in our front yard. By piece duplicate of the strange object.
The song sung by Zanzibar called What Do It Do? And who is the actual singer of the song? Jeff Swampy Bar, the career of Phineas and Ferb. This song might be an error. Isabella's actually a hula girl, not a belly dancer. Man, the robot's doing some weird things with stamping on people. I don't know why. He's using the eyes to glow while making hands with the shadow, which is very cool. Picking up Lady Liberty's nose is very hilarious. It's just weird to see the dog smiling in this scene. I really like the different background with the different colours. You see cogs and different things in there.
The entire village of Worcestershire began following the Earl's lead.
I tried to search it on Google, but I can't really find it. But I'm not sure if it's a real place or not.
Isn't the worst moment to go completely bonkers?
Doesn't believe me. He said I sound crazy.
Really? Well, that's how I feel every single day when you don't believe me about what Phineas and Ferb are doing. And built an exact duplicate of this thing.
To be honest, she should bring her to the backyard right now, but she's gonna just stand there and just patrol it. But come on, Linda, you have to move.
Couldn't have chosen a worse moment to go completely bonkers.
They are in France now, in Paris, as you can see the Eiffel Tower. And this isn't the last time we're going back to Paris, as we get along with Summer Belongs to You.
Who called you my name?
Chosen to portray the young, happy couple.
Once again, Phineas doesn't get involved or do anything. He should have been sitting at the table with Isabella instead.
That empty chair like a crazed boy.
What can I get for you this afternoon?
I'm gonna call it the reverse engineering machine, as he's like going there thinking, what have I done? And I'm sorry.
Interesting.
Result. So here's what we're gonna do. After a couple of calls, I go get you. That ever stop me?
That is pretty true. Even though you try to bust Phineas and Ferb by dragging your mom, it's always failed, but at least you never stop.
Still holds the Earl's actual spring stick, yes.
Which we'll see later on in the scene which Perry and Doof will get it.
Move it, Fletcher!
Oh, any questions?
Ah, the quaint town of Whiskershire.
It's an anti-romance rocket created to scan for and then eliminate romantic elements from potentially amorous situations.
And it reveals the plan that Doofus was planned to eliminate romance in every tri-state area.
When they get home, I'm gonna drag both of them into the backyard. It'll be a buzzing feeding frenzy! Out of the water!
As we get to see the fall of the hover jet that Doof... It's pretty nice detail right there and very good layers. As the machine activates by Perry the Platypus using the gold stick, you can see the machine's buried the gold stick as it covers the grass to make it clean again, which is very, very nice. And it goes up to the backyard.
I like the way the sunlight glints off your crows.
That is just some funky romantic robot music. And it's Dan Provermeyer doing the voice.
Falling in love.
That's what I call ironing.
That's not terrifying!
I like Linda, don't get me wrong, but she is kind of being a hypocrite in this episode.
I don't know! I wonder what would make someone want to build something to destroy romance in the first place.
And we all know why. It's because Doofus Mertz has some failures with romance. And including Linda Fletcher as well, who go on to have a good life. But overall, that's what Doofus Mertz is, to destroy everything.
Well, if you reverse engineer the human heart, you're bound to find love at its core.
And stuff.
Yes, love and gross, mushy red stuff. Actually, I think ventricles is already included in gross, squishy red stuff.
Ferb has about 3 lines in this episode, and that is very, very impressive. But he does get more in the future. The most he said was when we're going to do after the Christmas vacation episode. I'm going to give the plot a 2, even though it's the longest 11-minute episode of Phineas and Ferb. But it's not the best plot, inconclusive. I really like the idea of Phineas and Ferb using reverse engineering to make their own machine and they found out it was anti-romance, which Doofus was going to use, but it went down with the Fletcher's house. While Perry the Platypus learned that Doofus was trying to destroy all romance in the tri-state because of his failures of dating and finding a girlfriend. Which is by the case, it is understandable, but not really evil as much he doesn't have any. Characterization we get 4. I like how Lawrence is very chill, even though Linda has been crazy. Even though I like Linda Fletcher, she's kind of a hypocrite in this episode. There are times that Candace brings Linda to bust the brothers, which she always fails. But when Linda does the same, it's conclusive and it makes her a bit of a hypocrite, as she should have just known. Phineas, Ferb, and his friends were fine, as well as Doofus and Perry. The visuals, it gets a 4. It's not as spectacular as the other episode, but there are a lot of happy with the song, the reverse engineering, Doof and Perry, Lawrence, Linda Fletcher, Candace. Everyone's very good and well done. Imports gets a 2. And one of them being the song and Doofus was flashback with Linda. But that's it. It's not as memorable as the other episodes. But you can skip it if you want to. But there are some parts that you could get out of it. Entertainment, it will get a 5. Even though it's not as spectacular as the other episode, it can be frustrating at times. But it's still so fun. That leaves off with a 17 out of 25. Even though it's the longest 11-minute episode of Phineas and Ferb, doesn't mean it's the best, and one of them includes this episode. But there are plenty of episodes that is better than this, but this is not bad, but it's not memorable. Let's move on to the next one. The last breakdown in this video is written by Kim Robertson and Kaz of an episode called Atlantis, premiered on November the 14th, 2009 on Disney XD. During the trip to the beach, Phineas, Ferb, Isabel, Buford, Balji and Evian tried to find the lost city of Atlantis in the bottom of the ocean. Candace and Linda enter a sandcastle building contest in which Jeremy is the judge. Meanwhile, Doofusworks creates an army of plants, but it horribly backfires as they go rogue and infests his blimp.
Saves the sun and peace and quiet.
Look, there's a sandcastle building contest over there.
Here, there'll be no competition.
You damn right, because Phineas and Ferb knows how to do anything.
Sand with the working elevator. Parking garage with flying cars.
Something else we may be doing today.
I'm not gonna count that unless it's like, yes we are, but he doesn't apply there.
Venice is probably located right off the coast of Danville.
In 2024, 15 years after this episode aired, there was research of Amelia Earhart's long-lost plane, which is very similar to the Atlantis in the Pacific Ocean.
And get my underwater equestrian patch.
And a toughest fish in the ocean.
Hopefully you don't run into a squid again.
And I brought my camera to take pictures of all the action.
What we're doing today. Hey, where's Perry?
Thank you.
Someone's playing the guitar version of Perry the Platypus's theme song.
Birch has been to every plant nursery in town buying up little seeds. Sir?
Are those my old mustache?
And that won't be the last time Carl will be wearing a mustache, as he does in Save Summer and At Your Age.
Find out what Doofenshmirtz is up to.
Give Atlantis. Be back later.
Thing.
Even when he wearing a swimming gear, we could still see front face Phineas. The color palette changed when Phineas and Ferb and his friends got underwater. As it does happen, you see the ship far away from it, which is not Doof, by the way.
Look, it's Amelia Earhart.
Don't forget, this episode aired in 2009. Amelia Earhart's aeroplane was found in 2024, which was crashed in the Pacific Ocean, which I explained earlier.
The tomb of Poseidon!
Baljeet talking about Poseidon, who is also a Greek god, by the way. I like how the fish appears in the background, which is very nice.
Big phytoplankton road.
Yeah, that's Tara Strong doing the voice.
North.
P.O. Plankton. They mentioned Plankton, who's from the SpongeBob. Oh, Dan Provermeyer.
Join the contest. This'll be fun.
I like how they introduce a Doofusworks Evil Incorporate theme, but this time it's the instrumental one, but which you can find on YouTube.
Oh, it's a trap. Look at you. You've potting soil. All these shiftless, do-nothing plants just laying around. Faith on my plants will turn them into thorny, prickly minions. Tri-state area with an iron fist.
I really love the detail around it with different fishes, different colors, different places around it. Very cool.
Pretty cool. Hey!
Ever made.
Where?
In mind. You can take pictures with your mind.
Click.
Looks like Evian will have to take pictures of his mind. And also, the camera he has earlier is waterproof. I wish I have a waterproof thing.
You can get your underwater equestrian patch now.
That was a joke.
Man, Isabella played you lot.
Bunch of them, giddy up.
It's how to open it.
Forget that. Step aside.
Or that.
Atlanta.
And that's the first view of Atlantis. It's buried underwater, old, and it looks rusty, but they found it.
Dear now than it used to be.
The song is called Atlantis, sung by Danny Jacob and the other kids. And also Phineas's voice metal toned is because of the old which is hard to understand with everyone else, which is alright. Also, it's based around the Greek mythology. I really like the detail the anime is put in underwater, which is cool. It's a small squiz, nice.
Pretty.
Ferb may sing this song, but I'm not sure that's Thomas' voice, so I'm not gonna count it right now.
Hey, cheese! Click!
The greatest minds in history have been searching for Atlantis.
The surface for the whole world to see.
Oh.
As time passed, Candace and Linda just can't build a car. Maybe Candace isn't as young as she used to be, but she is a teenager overall.
This. Now I'm Frank Lloyd wrong. Why did it get so hard?
There are a lot of good designs in this episode, even though it may not be the best, but they look spectacular.
This is supposed to be fun. Hey,
So bring... No way!
Wait.
Standing there! Sandcastles don't build a...
Maybe you should have asked Phineas and Ferb for help, but overall they have other things to do.
Listen, you like that? That's a good one. Yeah. Next, throw my green minions and get him! Hey, wait, don't be friends. Thorny situation.
And it backfire. Doofus, you should have had the mind control thing like in Phineas and Ferb musical clips, the countdown when you controlled them. That would have been much better, but it backfired. It backfired.
You kids a little young to be discovering Atlanta.
Yes, we are. Work.
These sandcastles are well built too for them.
Over here! Wait, where are you going? Really the platypus?
Looks good, Ferb.
It's purple! Yes!
Oh.
This is not good, Candace. I don't know what you're thinking.
Smart enough to separate his feelings about your sandcastle from his feelings about you.
I give you our sandcastle.
Holy moly, Candace.
Atlantis look old and outdated, as you can see from the outside. It looks rusty, but that's the first time we get to see Atlantis from the outside of the world before it goes back down.
Win. You win. I'm going to get your blue ribbon.
Perry may be an arch nemesis for Doof, but once again he is helping like before, like the Mr. Fluffy Pants and other episodes.
Jeremy can't separate his feelings for you.
Thank you, Perry the platypus. Allergic reaction to these stupid plants. Inadequate immune system.
At least he's not cursing Perry, but it is his own downfall that he caused it.
Did you see it?
Why did it go back to...
The city of Atlantis wanted to stay lost.
Hey, I had my thumb.
And he forgot. I feel for you, Evan. I feel for you. I have the same thing and I completely forget. That happens to everybody. As much as the episode has a 6 minutes, which is the shortest episode of Phineas and Ferb, I'm going to give the plot a 2. Characterization will get a 4. Everyone's very consistent, including Evian, Phineas, Ferb, Isabella, Buford, and Balji. And it's nice to see Jeremy once again appreciating, even though Candace's castle building a sign isn't that good anymore. Doofenshmirtz, even though he's evil, I really like how Perry the Platypus helped, despite being an arch nemesis. The visuals will get a 4. There are a lot of things like the fishes, the plants, the castles, everything. Everything's well done. Good episode for the visuals. Importance is a 2. Apart from Candace and Jerry and the song of a lad, that's it. There's nothing much more. We go through, including Perry and Doofenshmirtz with the plant thing, but it's not as much if we go through. Even for a 6-minute episode, the entertainment still rockets to a 5. And it leaves with the same score as this previous episode, What Do It Do? Iconically, one was the longest episode and one is the shorter, which is this episode, but not quite as spectacular as the other episodes, but it's still very good and entertaining to watch. Let's move on to our final thoughts. There are plenty to check around in the final thoughts, as Major Monaghan apologised for disturbing Perry on Canada Day, which takes place in July the 1st, sidetrack, as many possibly think that Phineas and Ferb Season 1 and Season 2 with Season 3 and Season 4 take place in 2 different summers, as I found a screenshot of Dan Provenmire saying, all in one summer, except the Halloween and the Christmas special, as Swampy Moss said the same thing. Which actually confuses a lot of people. I remember Isabella mentioned about the roller coaster in the last day of summer. And also a new year possibly takes place before the roller coaster episode, because I remember Cheers for Fears, there was a scrapbook. Picture this episode of the Tires based around a movie that Ashley Tisdale, who voices Candace by the way. In Nerdy Dancing, Ferb did the moonwalk just like Michael Jackson when he does a lot of songs. Also, lastly, Four Corners of the World, which is also the saying of Four Corners of Atlantis. I started the poll 11 days ago about which character you wish who appeared in Quantum Bagu, and many people said Phineas, which is not a surprise. And also Ferb 2 gets the 33%, which I don't mind both, as long as Isabella, who I like to see most of her with her life with Phineas, who she's going to marry in the future. I'm gonna do a simple poll. Is Dr. Doofenshmirtz being a good father to his daughter Vanessa in the show? Yes or no? Let me know in the community tab when it goes live. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day. As always, see ya.